What up? We are back, Rising Coaches DEI Alliance. We have a super awesome special guest. She is a female doing her thing on the men's side of college basketball. Miss Emma, how are we doing from Colorado State?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah,
Good
we're
to see
back
you.
there.
Doing well?
Doing very well. Can you hear me all right?
Yep, things are good. Let me know if I need to adjust anything.
No, you're great. Normally, you are the one taking care of everybody else. Today, for the next 20 minutes or so, you are our special guest, so we'll take care of you.
Sweet.
So, yes, it's good to be on the other side of it. So you guys are 10-0. We'll talk about Colorado State first. 10-0, balling out of control. What has this season been like? And tell people what you do for Colorado State on your role.
Yeah, to start off, my title with Colorado State men's basketball is the Director of Administration. I do anything from team travel, team meals, coordinating team events, booster events, if we're hosting guests on campus like recruits, working with that, anything and everything kind of comes my way and I'm ready to take it on. Our season has been super exciting. Waking up 10-0 has been amazing. Can't say time flies when you're having fun. It's been exciting, but at the same time, I think, just working with this team over the past few years, like in the most humble way, it hasn't been surprising just because I believe in what we've done and everything that we're doing every day. I just hope that we keep on grinding and take it day by day for the rest of the season.
Yes, awesome. Well said. We've been able to connect with a lot of people on the staff there. Obviously, I live nearby, so I'm a little bit biased or a lot biased. That's okay. I don't mind saying it. But also, what a cool, diverse group of members on the staff that you have. So we cover the Mountain West on another network that I work with. So we work with your program, but then you have Aaron, who's also a part of the Asian Coaches Association. So let's talk about the Asian Coaches Association and your connection, what that experience has been like. Let's give them some shine too before we get into your story.
Yeah, of course. I think it's been very neat to just see them grow. And every time something of theirs pops up, on a feed of mine, I love reading into what they're doing. I think the networking is really great. The educational pieces are awesome. As you mentioned, my coworker Erin has been super involved, and I think it's an amazing platform. And I think that representation is a huge piece. So they're doing a great job just giving Asian Americans, places to shine.
Yeah, what is it like for you personally, if you don't mind me asking, being not only minority in the Asian part of it, because there's not a lot of minority Asian coaches, but
Right.
you may be the only one on the men's side that's a female. So what is it like in your role, kind of representing two groups that are minorities on the men's college basketball side?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I feel like internally, I don't even think twice about it.
Right.
I work with a great staff, and I think, the females in sports and minorities in sports, we're growing and growing. So at some point, nobody should blink, that's the way it should be. I've been very fortunate to be able to, I don't know, come into these roles and not let anything stop me. And I just think that everybody should be confident in who they are and the skills they bring to the table. And it should be, you should be looking at jobs and being like, why not me? Instead of why me, and things like that.
Yeah, very well said. I love it. Breaking barriers in many ways. Let's talk about how you got there. You got hooked up with the staff. They love you. They celebrate you. You're such an important role. They're always kind of singing your praises, which I think is awesome. And that's kind of the staff that you're on anyway. But how did you get into men's college basketball? How did you get on this particular staff? Tell us about your journey.
Yeah. So kind of started My freshman year of college, I attended UW-Milwaukee, and then sophomore year, I transferred to the University of Minnesota. Those kind of 2 years, I didn't know what I wanted to do for a career in life. So I was exploring a lot of different things, but it actually started when I applied for a role as a game day intern with Gopher Sparks Marketing. I didn't even know if I wanted to work in athletics, but it honestly just sounded fun to me at that point. So I applied for that internship, and that was kind of my foot in the door, and it opened my eyes to the world of athletics. So I worked as a game day intern, and then through that, kind of by the end of sophomore year, decided, sports was something I wanted to get into. So then got into the sports management major and started looking for, more ways to get involved on campus. I just saw a job posting on our school website, campus-wide website for jobs for a position with the Gopher men's basketball team as their front desk assistant. So I applied for that, got that job, worked with them in their office sophomore through senior year, and then was fortunate enough to be offered a spot to stay on as a grad assistant for their basketball team. And at that point, I had really enjoyed my time working with them. So I was very excited to be able to continue on. But with that being said, working in men's basketball was kind of a complete accident. People still ask me if I played, and I know I'm sitting down right now, but I'm 5 feet tall, which I guess that shouldn't say anything, but no, I did not play basketball ever. So yeah, kind of was a happy accident at this point, but I love it and would love to continue on with the sport.
Love it. Thank you for sharing that. A female on men's side of sports, it should be more common. It's becoming more common. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on that spot specifically? Like, it's normal for you. You wear it so well, you do it so well, but is it a challenge to be on this side of the men's game and be a female, and there's not very many of you? Do you have problems for people outside maybe respecting the position, or is it pretty easy and pretty seamless?
I mean, I really would say my experience has been easy and seamless. I know I don't speak for everybody, but just in my case, I really have felt like I have been accepted and fit in well. With that being said, like, I feel like there's stereotypes out there. Like, when I tell people who don't know, I'm like, oh, like I work, for CSU basketball. And then they're like, oh, like, do you work for the women's team? I'm like, no, I actually work for the men's team. So I really think like my experience has been great, but, like you said, stereotypes, and it's all about like shifting, other people's perceptions maybe.
Yeah, and you're doing that very well, wearing it very, very well. So let's have some fun now. So as a woman of style, which I've met you in person, we know you're a woman of style. If you follow you on any social media, you can see that you have good taste. So what is your favorite pair of shoes on game day to wear, and what's your favorite athletic shoes to wear?
Okay. I would say, let's see. I mean, day to day, I spend, 90% of my time in sneakers. We are an Under Armour school, so that has helped me expand my collection of UA shoes. Of those ones, I love repping the CSU green. So any pair of green shoes, I think the more the merrier, because the pop of color. The pop of color is good.
And we don't have neon yet in the repertoire, but I hear that it may be coming because you may be able to work some magic.
Yes, that's what I've been saying. I've been over here putting in the hard push for getting that lime green gear. I actually do have like a pair of kind of like highlighter yellow green sneakers that I bought on my own. So those might be my favorites, actually.
Okay. I like it.
But like you said, game day varies, and I'd say that's probably the one day a week where I will bust the heat, because we're out here in like sweatshirts every day. So I do enjoy dressing up when we can.
Is your staff going back to dressing up on game day at home, or do you still kind of dress?
They are still doing the casual wear, I guess, or the polos and quarter zips. And at first I was so mad about that. I was like, why aren't we dressing up? And then somebody told me, they're like, you can still dress up. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm going to dress up. So yeah, I'll bust out the business casual wear on game day.
I like it. Still keeping the standard high. I love it.
Yeah.
What about music? Do you have pregame music that you still get ready with? Do you have like that gets you in your zone to be like focused for the game? And then outside of that, I'll ask you your top 5 favorite artists after you answer the pregame music.
Okay. I guess it's funny. Like I tell people, I'm not a huge music person. I would prefer to like, I don't know, video chat my friends and catch up on those messages, or like listen to a podcast, because I feel like those kind of makes it feel like you're hanging out with friends.
Nice.
So like when I'm driving or getting ready, I'm probably something like that.
Okay, so what's your favorite podcast?
Okay, yes. So I have probably 2 most listened podcasts. My favorite podcast is Road Trippin', which is a big basketball podcast. The second one, I don't think that anybody watching the stream will know what it is, but it's called Scrubbing In with Becca Tilley and Tanya Rad. So it's like a pop culture one. So it's all about balance.
Nice. Gotta have balance. Can't be all ball all the time, right?
Yeah, exactly. We need the break.
Very good. I saw, this is kind of random off topic, but I saw a female friend that's in basketball posted a comment from somebody else that I thought was funny. And it said, somewhere behind every successful female, there's a group chat. Do you have a group chat of people that you have group chat with?
Oh, for sure. Like you're surveying everybody. I don't care what it is. Like I'll collect my responses, then make my decision.
I love it. I love it. So player-wise, do you have a top 5 favorite players as far as basketball that you like to watch, or that you grew up watching, or that you are fans of now? You can't use CSU players. I know that they're your favorite, but outside of you.
Okay, getting to a top 5 might be a little difficult, but I'll share my number 1 favorite player.
Okay.
If you know me, you know my favorite player is Shaquille O'Neal.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yes, like I don't know, a while ago, I just announced my fandom, my fanship, and yeah, I just feel like I have a soft spot for like the basketball big men. You know, like it's cute and stuff to score a lot of points and be a shooter, but I think if you're just ripping down rebounds, dominating the game in the paint, I respect that.
Like, so tell us about this announcement of your fandom. How did that go? Did you do an IG live? Did you make a post? Did you what did you do to announce? Did you have Shaq? Did you just call him on FaceTime? What do we have here?
Get him on the line. Geez, I at this point I can't remember, but I just went all in. Like I was watching his documentaries. Like I bought a autographed Shaq jersey, like all the way.
I love it. So that's one. Do you have any others? Do you have a second and third, or is it just only one?
Probably LeBron or Giannis.
Okay, so we got 3. LeBron, Giannis. What about guards? You like guards at all, or you don't like guards? We know you like Isaiah Stevens and the guards there.
Right. Just the CSU guards.
Okay, so we got CSU guards plus LeBron, Giannis, and Shaq. I think you can win some games with that squad.
Yeah, I'll take them any day.
I think so. So let's talk about. So Coach Aaron had a little trash talk amongst the staff that he said he outshot Coach Ali, and he's a better shooter in one particular competition. Now Ali definitely didn't agree with that, but since I got to play some pickup ball with them during the pandemic, I'm curious, what's one of your behind the scenes, maybe funny stories or cool stories about this staff that you work on? Obviously, Coach Nico is the head coach, does such a great job. What's a funny story or a cool story about this staff that makes it so good?
Yeah. I just think that like ever since I moved here, like we've always really enjoyed each other's company, at work, outside of work. We really embrace team together and have just bonded. And I think, with the pandemic, people were given the chance to, bond even closer with people that were in their bubble, I guess. So last year, one of the things we would do on the road. So, you go on the road, you have your meal room, your meeting room, you have the projector and screen, to watch film and whatnot. So, when we didn't have much going on, we would set up Beachbody on demand. And it was an open invite. Players, staff, whoever wanted to come down, we definitely had our regulars. And I will say, yeah, Aaron, Ali, they were regulars.
I like it.
Then we had some players. I don't think Coach Bud had ever made it, but if we get it going again, like I said, everybody's invited. So that's probably something fun that came out of last year.
I like it. So you just get the yoga mats, and then everybody put on the Beachbody Fitness, and everybody's kind of doing their thing.
Yep, just in the banquet room on the big screen, just breaking a sweat.
I like it. I like sweat together. That helps the bond, right?
Yes. Yep.
I like it. What about your one of your favorite basketball memories of your career to this point? Obviously, you've had some great ones this year, so you can say one this year so far and one in the past, because we want to make sure we show love to now too.
Right. Let's see. I mean, this year, I feel like it's probably a lot of people's at this point, but I'd say our trip down to the Virgin Islands for the Paradise Jam, that whole experience on my end, planning things, was kind of stressful, but it went off pretty flawlessly, and we walked away with the win. So I think that was exciting. I mean, we played 3 great games down there. The last one, I don't wish that stress on anybody, but was super proud of our team for, finishing strong. We've time again that we're able to do so.
And you were champions. I know you said you won, but you won the entire champions. And then what's one memory from any part of your career that says favorite experience?
Let's see. I mean, I think, a couple of years ago, our team, we played at Duke. So nice. I think that's something that'll stick with, everybody involved, because they're just, a storied program. And to say that, we played at Cameron Indoor is super cool. So probably that, with Coach K retiring,
yeah,
we all knew he wouldn't be here forever, even though it seemed like he was. So to be able to, be actively competing at the same time and against him, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a special one. So last 4 or 5, why is it that you coach? What's your why when you coach?
Yeah, I especially like being involved here, at a university and in college athletics. So I think it's really neat to be able to be a part of young people's journeys and, being not told myself, I feel like I was just in their shoes, and college is such a telling time. And I feel like people, find themselves, figure things out, go through a lot of things. So just to be able to, give what I can to our team, has been neat. And I really enjoy, just the whole atmosphere of working in college athletics with, the other students on campus and whatnot.
Yeah, college campuses are filled with a lot of life and energy and school spirit and camaraderie. So definitely a special place to be. What's your aspirations within your career? What would you say your career aspirations are?
Yeah, like I just said, I really enjoy the university side of things. So I would hope to stay within college athletics and kind of just, I guess, move up the ranks within a athletic department at a university. So, exploring athletic administration and what they do to hopefully, move into a role someday.
Nice. Well, I know whatever role you'll play, you'll excel in it, just like you're doing now. Last couple. So one would be funny story. So we'll end. You told us a good fun story earlier. So funny story at the
Right.
end. One before that is just, what would your advice be? So I have three daughters. All of them are
Yep.
pretty cool. I think you met a couple of them at one point. And what would your advice be for young women, whether they're little, whether they're almost about to be a professional, working professional, graduating college, that just wants to pursue a profession in sports? What would your advice be for them?
Yeah, I guess I feel like people always say like the biggest critic is yourself. So I just think it's really important to have self-confidence and get out there and know that you are capable of doing all the things, and just, be in that mindset where it's like, it's yours to go get. So, there's no stopping short. So I think like, just just knowing that the opportunities are there, and you know if you give it your all, I think good things will happen.
Absolutely. I'm going to add one more, because it seems like every time I've seen you, been around you, come to practice, I don't know if you ever have a bad day. So is there anything you can share that maybe you overcame during your career that was hard, and now you're on the other side of it, that you can look back and say, yeah, I did that? And then tell us a funny story. So
Okay, so the overcoming no bad days thing. I guess I can't really think of a specific moment, but I think just part of my personality, I don't think I get like stressed very easily. At least if I do, like I am maybe too good at keeping that inside. But I just think like, you control your attitude and how you present yourself. So even if there's tons of stuff going down, um, like you said, like hopefully I bring a positive attitude and am able to have people feed off of that. So I guess that's probably terrible advice. Just keep it all on the inside. But I do think trying to keep things light when you can helps.
absolutely. And then what's your funny story? Since you're usually in a good mood and things don't really stress you, you got to have a bunch of funny stories, but just give us one before you go.
Oh geez. Okay, let me think.
It doesn't have to be athletics. It can be. So
Right.
I'll give you a category. This is probably easier. Is there a funny
Okay.
story around? So usually people that have to do operational things, or organizational things, or
Yeah.
planning things in athletics, have these great stories of like, oh my gosh, you can't believe what happened today.
Right.
So I've been a director of ops at Fresno State, actually. So I've been in
Yep.
the conference and know how crazy that can be. So what's one funny story, or like, I couldn't believe this happened kind of story, that may shock some people or may just be good entertainment?
Right. I guess a lot of my job has to deal with feeding the team, feeding the staff, organizing those meals. And, like I think I have it down here at home, but when we go on the road, things can get iffy. So I guess just something that I always look back on. So I can't remember. It actually didn't happen at CSU. This was when I was still at Minnesota. We were playing either at Barclays or the Garden. I can't remember which one. And our post game meal that I had planned, like that day, right before the game, canceled on us. So of course, it's like problem solving mode / panic mode. What are you gonna do? So being in New York City, called up. I honestly probably had to call like 5 different pizza places before I found one that could accommodate our whole team and staff. So I was just like, can I have? It was probably 50 large pizzas. And I have a photo. I guess when this airs or whatever, I can share the photo. I have a photo of me and like a pallet of pizzas taller than them. So never be in that arena elevator trying to haul all these down to the bus.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm sure you have a bunch of them. We definitely want to see that picture. We appreciate you coming today and hanging out with us. Congrats on the 10-0 start. We wish you guys the best continued success and look forward to following more of your success and all that you're doing in your career. And thanks for joining us today. And any last words you have, we'll let you share and enjoy the rest of your week.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you having me on. I know I said I was super nervous, but it was a good time, and
You did great.
I'm already ready to come back. So,
Yeah,
you guys make me look good. So, I appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, it was your turn since you make CSU look so good. It was your turn for somebody to do that to you. So keep up the great work. Love your story and look forward to seeing CSU do more big things.
Sweet. We'll